Hello everybody, this is Daniel Babis from Daily Soap Dish. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We cover 90 Day Fiancé each and every day, as well as other reality TV shows. But today it's going to be about 90 Day Fiancé, and in particular, two topics. So we're going to be discussing Angela Deem's daughter, Scottie Deem. Reports just broke out that she has been released from prison after serving a shortened sentence. She was originally supposed to serve multiple 20-year sentences for a bunch of absolutely disgusting, heinous child molestation charges, but she got out very quickly, just last month in fact, and reports just broke out today actually of her release. So we're going to be discussing that, and we're also going to be talking about the Lisa Hamme and Usman Umar case that just keeps escalating. It seems like over the past week, both Lisa and Usman have been going at each other's throats, and you know, the heat is at an all-time high here. So what exactly is going on here? Let's start off with Lisa and Usman. So basically what happened is, at some point last week, Lisa did this interview on Instagram, and she claimed that Usman Umar had done this thing called a romance scam on her. He had romance scammed Lisa, TLC, her daughter, everyone involved basically was scammed by Usman Umar. She was furious, she was incensed, she was not very happy. And this was last week, and since then there has been bickering going back and forth. So where we're at right now is that basically this couple is all but broken up. They are, well, officially they're together, because actually on the show, on the timeline of the show, they just got married last week. But in real life, they don't seem to be on talking terms right now. They are at each other's throats. They seem to be hating each other. So after Lisa made those claims, of course, Usman kind of fired back. And basically what he said is that he actually stayed with Lisa out of pity. So it's not out of love. He stayed with her out of pity. And wow, that's a hard pill to swallow if you're Lisa. Obviously, for most of the viewers out there, we've been saying this since the show started, that Usman is not in love with Lisa. Lisa, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Of course this guy is not in love with you. He is 30 years old. You were 54. You guys have nothing in common. And every time on the show that Usman was asked about his love for Lisa, it was followed by a statement. He said, yes, I love Lisa, and I also love coming to the United States. Pretty much each and every time, outside of maybe one time. So it was obvious for the audience that Usman was not really in love with Lisa. So it seems like Lisa actually was just late to the party. She just learned of the reality late last week. So they are not really on good terms right now. And Usman also addressed claims that he came on the show for his music career, and this is what he said. He said, a lot of people say that I came on 90 Day Fiancé to further my musical career, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That's what he says. He says, it wasn't love for love, it was love for pity. And when he made that statement on the Dominic Natty show, on the Dominic Natty interview, he was asked to clarify, and he did clarify that indeed he meant pity. He has pity for Lisa. And then he goes on to say that, you know, he's been contacted by lots of big musicians and, you know, people such as Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Miley Cyrus, Chris Brown. And he says that they're all fans of him, and some of these people, including actually Miley Cyrus as well, would love to work on a remix with him. So basically at this point, his head is really kind of growing, you know, since the show has the show is ending this week, but you know, the actual show ended last Sunday. This week is a tell-all, but you can tell that just these celebrities reaching out has really inflated Usman's ego, and as a result, it seems like he feels like he does not need Lisa at all. He says also that he doesn't just want to come for the green card. He actually wants to, he'll come to America, but only if it is to further his musical career. Otherwise, he loves where he is, he loves his family, and basically he would have no interest to come to America if it was just to be with Lisa Hamme. So, you know, some pretty shocking statements there. I mean, a lot of us have said this, but basically Usman Umar kind of confirms a lot of the rumors, a lot of the feelings that were out there throughout the season. So I'm not sure that this is the best look on Usman. However, you never know what's going to happen. Of course, if things don't go quite as expected, if Usman doesn't get that remix with Miley Cyrus and he doesn't work on a collab with Chrissy Teigen or John Legend, he might come crawling back to the show and he might actually apologize to Lisa, and we might be seeing them on a future season of 90 Day Fiancé. That's very possible. Okay, let's change gears a little bit here and let's talk a little bit about this whole Scottie Deem situation. So this is, wow. If you guys know the charges, they are pretty sickening. So Scottie Deem basically was released last month on May 6th actually. She was released, and she was supposed to serve a string of 20-year prison sentences after she pled guilty to 3 counts of child molestation in early 2019. So that is a pretty hefty prison sentence, but it was basically cut down to 2 years and 1 day, and I guess it was later cut down to just 1 year and 3 months. So that's a pretty short prison sentence, and you'll see what I mean when I say it's pretty short, because it's the allegations are sickening. So in this report was broken by Sarcasm, by the way, and kudos to them. They have broken a bunch of stories. This is another big one. So it all started in 2017 when basically there was a grandmother of a boy, and she laid these allegations against Scottie. So according to the initial report, the grandmother told police that Scottie Deem had at her home this juvenile person while her boyfriend was out of town, and there was also other children in there. And basically what happened is that Scottie Deem had sex with a boy that was under 16 years old, which is why the statutory rape charges. And she also had child molestation charges, which derive from having oral sex with the boy. And then she had 11 counts of other 11 counts of child molestation, which were broken down into 3 counts because she had the boy touch her inappropriately, and she also touched the boy inappropriately as well. And she had another 5 counts because she had all these inappropriate acts happen in the presence of other minors. So all in all, pretty sickening, pretty disturbing. Well, they're not allegations, there are charges, and of course Scottie actually pled guilty to all of this. But for some reason, somehow, all of that was just, it was chopped down to a very, very short prison sentence, and Scottie Deem is now out. She's now roaming, and she's now registered as a sex offender. It's pretty shocking to me how some people can serve almost no time for crimes that seem so heinous. And I honestly, I don't get it. This is the kind of thing that can have an effect on someone for the rest of their lives, yet she was slapped with a 1 year and 3 month sentence. Of course, she's now on probation, but she's, for all intents and purposes, a free woman. So this is where things stand right now. And of course, Scottie, some people might remember that last time Angela Deem was on the show. Actually, Scottie Deem was on the show, but last time Angela Deem was on the show, she and Michael, they kind of had this thing going on where Michael's mom wanted Angela to get pregnant, and you know, she wanted to have kids. And before Angela left for Nigeria, she actually asked her daughter for her eggs because she wanted to carry Michael's baby. Well, that daughter is not actually Scottie. That was Skyla. So that's a different daughter. This is not the same person. Just FYI, in case you were wondering. But still, shocking that she served so little and is now out and roaming the streets of Georgia. So there you go. That is the news for today. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. and we will be covering more 90 Day Fiancé. Tomorrow we should have in-depth post about the new season of The Other Way that is starting on the 8th, so that should be fun. There's going to be a lot of fireworks, so tune in tomorrow for more info on that. We'll see you guys on the next one.